Hello, my name is John KIngery. I was born in 1958 in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, of American parents. 5 years later, John F. Kennedy was assassinated. As a 5-year-old, I didn't understand. I was just upset that I couldn't watch my favorite cartoons. Well, throughout my life, I've learned a lot more about John F. Kennedy and about those times. I'd like to share with you some quotes from President Kennedy in a book called America the Beautiful that was printed or published after his death. And today we're going to be doing part 2, Man and the Arts, the Importance of Education. The wave of the future is not the conquest of the world by a single dogmatic creed, but the liberation of diverse energies of free nations and free men and women. University of California, Berkeley, March 23rd, 1962. A month before, President Kennedy quoted Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson once said that if you expect a people to be ignorant and free, you expect what never was and never will be. Washington, D.C., February 16th, 1962. On that same date, President Kennedy, most likely in the same speech, said this: "There is, I know, a great tendency in every country, including my own, to consider education important, but perhaps not vital. We are concerned in so many parts of the world with the problems that are coming today, next year, and after. It does not take 5 or 10 or 15 years to educate a boy or girl, and there is a tendency to concentrate available resources on the problems we face now, and perhaps ignore what the problems, potentialities, and capabilities will be of our people 10 or 15 years from now. We must have a vision of the future as well as the present." And then he talked about the role of the federal government in education at San Diego State College, June 6th, 1963, 3 months before his death. Education, quite rightly, is the responsibility of the state and the local community. But from the beginning of our country's history and from the time of the Northwest Ordinance, as John Adams and Thomas Jefferson recognized, from the time of the Morrill Act, at the height of the Civil War, when the land-grant college system was set up under the administration of President Lincoln. From the beginning, it has been recognized that there must be a national commitment and that the national government must play its role in stimulating a system of excellence which can serve the great national purpose of a free society. And what about federal aid to education? Again, President Kennedy had something to say on that subject. November 1st, 1960, at East Los Angeles College, he spoke. Federal aid to education is not merely of importance to those with children in school. We live under majority rule. And if that majority rule is not educated in its responsibilities, the whole nation will suffer. Finally, at Boston College, on April 20th, 1963, he said, President Kennedy said, "It is not learning," said President Wilson, "but the spirit of service that will give a college place in the public annals of the nation. It is indispensable," he said, President Wilson, "if it is to do its right service, that the heir of affairs should be admitted to all of its classrooms, and the heir of the world's transactions, what's happening in the world, the consciousness of solidarity of all races, the sense of duty of humanity to humanity, the promise and hope that shines in the face of all knowledge." And to sum it up, I was born in Canada. I have lived in the United States off and on since 1966. I'm a product of a public education in California. I'm a graduate of Seattle University in public administration. I studied for a lay ministry program through the Archdiocese of Portland and Notre Dame University. Finally, I was able to attend a one-year program at Villanova University in immigration advocacy. Higher education and the public roles in it and the private role in it, and all education is important for our nation. Thank you.